Has it started? Okay. So, hello everyone. Welcome back on Gayatri's English Hub. I hope you guys are doing great. I'm so good, and thank you so much for coming back here. Today, I have one of the best person I have come across on internet, and I have been following her for over 6 to 7 months now. She has very prominent presence on Instagram. Many of you might and may know her, and if you don't know her, definitely check out her profile. You'll get to learn a lot, and not only spoken English communication skills but also life skills, right? She is such an amazing trainer. So let's not delay. Let's just ask. Hi Fiza ma'am, how are you doing?
Hey, thank you so much, Gayatri, for the invite. I'm so glad I'm here on a platform with such a young lady, an entrepreneur, and a boisterous personality. And I am a language enthusiast, and so I like to meet new people. So, of course, I seriously like to be here. Thank you so much.
Most welcome. So Fiza ma'am, you have such an amazing presence on internet, especially on Instagram, no doubt. But many people might not know Fiza ma'am as a person. So I would just request for an introduction of yours, and then we'll.
I'm just like an ordinary person, I'm just like you guys. I'm no different. But I would say I'm the person who recognize what's the most important thing or what the most important skill in one's life. And I started working on that when I was very, very young. And it's been 15 years since I started teaching. When I was 15, I started teaching and I'm 30 now. So I'm no different. Just I would say I'm disciplined, I am consistent, and I'm tenacious. Like what I want to do, I do it. I do it no matter what.
That's very great. So, guys, if you don't know, then definitely you have known now. She has been working in the industry for 15 years. It's a huge number to count on. That's what I'll say. And second, she has an Instagram account, a brand which she has built. And I know that this is a brand now, Accent Talk, if I'm not
Thank you
wrong,
so much.
right? Yeah. So, and I'm going to ask her so many questions today. And let's see what her 15 years of experience brings on the table and how we can learn from her today, right? So I'm so young. I mean, I'm nowhere close to her in terms of teaching and working with individuals to transform their lives. So, Fiza ma'am, you have an Instagram account and then you have built a brand. And I know when I have been following you, I have researched on your profiles. I've been there on. I've really seen the comments, the kind of reviews you have from your learners. They are so amazing. So I'll start with the first question. That how did you start your journey? I mean, what exactly brought you and dragged you to the communication journey? That okay, I want to help individuals.
So, as I mentioned earlier, Gayatri, I wasn't born with this privilege where I had the access to the tutors or the coaching classes, or I would say YouTube videos, which are now ubiquitous. You find the videos and information everywhere. I grew up with this mindset that if I want to grow, I have to develop a skill because my grandma, my late grandma, used to say this, hunar seekho in Hindi, learn a skill. And I don't know how this thing inculcated in me that I started working on my com skills when I was 13. So first I started with grammar. And I remember I was a person who was so coward. I was a bit of a coward when I was asked to stand in front of the principal or teacher. I couldn't understand a single word of English. And how I started with grammar, then I started learning phrases and vocabulary, and this is how I started. Then I got to know that no, it's not just the grammar and vocabulary that are important. I need to work on other things too. So I started working on my voice, and I still remember that I met these three girls online. There was this application named Line when I was 15. I made an account, and I don't know how I got connected from these beautiful girls, and I cannot forget them because they play the most important role in what I am today. I connected with them and I heard their voice. They were from Mississippi, Kosciuszko. I heard their voice and I was like, wow, I so want to speak like them no matter what. And I started imitating them. I started doing them. And we were just connected for a month, but this accent, the way I speak, I got from them. And I never stopped. from that time.
Nice,
I
nice.
kept exploring the areas, I kept exploring my weaknesses, and I kept working on them because I believe that practice is not just important. With practice, you need self reflection too. You need to know your weakness and you need to work on your weaknesses too.
That's completely all right. And I couldn't agree more when you say that when we listen to some people, I still remember when I listen to people speaking some certain accents or the way they used to speak, or maybe they speak. I think that is something which drawn me towards this language. I had never been the part of English medium schools and the communities where I could get that exposure. So if I talk about my language learning journey, plus I have also started training and I have been training people for over 3 years now. I
Wow, that's so
also,
great.
yeah, I also got drawn by internet only. Like there was nothing in my life. Even my family, my parents, my brother, nobody speaks in English around me in my real life. But I command the language and then I help the individuals. So I'll ask you questions that you have been training people for over 15 years. That what are the common challenges you come across and the questions you come across from the learners? And how do you deal with that psychological pain they have?
All right. Okay, now I feel like I'm more of a psychiatrist than a teacher because people come to me with problems. People come to me with challenges. They come to me with this fear. And I feel like I help them mitigating this fear more than helping them acquiring this skill. So when they come to me, the first question they ask is, Mom, can I do this? Can I speak like you? Or can I speak like the students who have been practicing for months? And I always say this, you can't do this unless you are consistent and you don't trust yourself. So it's equally important to trust the process, to trust yourself, and to trust the person who is in charge. What happens, Gayatri? Let me be brutally honest here. There are only three things that stop people from learning any skill, okay? Not alone this is skill, but anything. First is lack of urgency. So if you don't have urgency, if you don't feel like you want to do anything in your life, or you want to be where you are in the circle, you don't want to grow, you never learn anything. But the moment you feel like, no, I have to get the skill, I have to conquer the room, I have to conquer the world, you then start working on yourself. So lack of urgency is one of the reasons. Second is lack of consistency. Gayatri, there is nothing I haven't seen in my life. There is nothing. If I say I have seen all kinds of learners, all kinds of people, I really mean it because I work on professionals. I work on beginners. I work on upper intermediate people. I work on those who want to crack IELTS and TOEFL examination. So there is nothing I haven't seen. There are people, like 9% of people, they start and they finish, but 10%, they start and they do not finish. And you know the reason why don't they finish? Because they think like you set a goal and from this point to this point, this is easy to achieve a goal. No, it's not. When you make your mind that you have to achieve this goal, you meet with the failures, you meet with the challenges. There are going to be time when you feel like you don't want to do it, right? You're not motivated because you cannot be motivated all the time. So you need to be disciplined in order to achieve the goals. And Gayatri, there are the times when you feel like you're not improving. Has it happened to you or not? Because you are learning and learning and learning, and now you have so much knowledge, all the knowledge in this world.
Yeah.
But there will be this time when you feel like you are getting worse, you're not improving. And why does this happen? Just give me a moment. I want to turn this on.
Sure.
All right. So, what I was saying, why does this happen? Why people feel like they're stuck? Because they're gaining so much knowledge from all over, right? They have the YouTube, they have the access to YouTube, they have the access to recorded sessions, and then we have the platforms like Udemy and Coursera. They provide the courses for free. So we have too much abundance of knowledge, and we are acquiring knowledge from everywhere. But what we are not doing, we are not applying the knowledge. And I always say, knowledge is power. Okay, I totally get it. But applied knowledge is power, right? Applied knowledge is power, not knowledge is power. If you do not apply what you learn, you forget.
Yeah.
All right, and you keep forgetting. So you get into this doldrum where you feel like you're not moving. This is the period of stagnation. So if you want to grow in your life, you need to apply the knowledge, right? Do not be stuck at this mount of stupid. You need to grow by applying the knowledge. And it takes time. It takes too much time to learn a language. because this is the second language, I would say, right? Our first language is Hindi or whatever is your mother tongue. So this takes time. It takes a baby 3 years to completely get the concept, but still they don't get it. They keep learning and learning and learning. They first listen to their parents, then they speak, then they make mistakes, they get corrected, then they repeat, and this is how we do it. So if you feel like you get the result in 90, like there are people that promise that you will be fluent in 30 days. I'm like, it's a complete no. This I cannot tell you this. This is something insane. It can never happen. I can teach you everything in 30 days. I can even teach you everything in 3 days, but I cannot promise you that you become fluent, because this is not just enough. Fluency is not enough. You need to be confident too. You need to be knowledgeable too. You should muster the courage to speak in public. I say I can public speak better than so many people in this world, even better than some native speakers, because I have not been practicing, but I have been getting corrected, getting evaluated, and applying the knowledge. And I never stop learning.
That's really, really, really true. And I think these things break my heart at times when there are few brands, not few, I think so many brands, they are luring people on the basis of like extemporary results, and then they promise you that you can just be fluent in 21 days, maybe 7 days, or maybe 3 days at times, which is like just totally mind-boggling at times and very disturbing that you cannot do that, you cannot. And I think because people are also into that instant gratification kind of things, they also want to listen to these things only from trainers itself. They come to you, they ask you how much time, or how many months will I take, ma'am, and if you say that, see, it is a progress, it is not a promising thing, and it also depends that how much time you dedicate, you devote to the language, they quit you as a trainer. They think that she is not the right one. So it's really hard to show that mirror to individuals as well, that it is a time taking process. You are learning a language. You are not watching a movie that you finish in 3 hours and you are done with that. You have to implement what you come across. And when you talk about excessive amount of knowledge, which is very true, and at times half of the knowledge is waste. Like there is no use of that knowledge. I mean, I have heard some people saying that use the phrases like cats and dogs. Now, native speakers don't use such phrases. I mean, this is what
That's
I have watched most of the time, right?
100% right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is so true that people are into learning all those fancy words and all those outdated phrases to sound cool, but believe me, it makes you sound stupid sometimes because they don't understand it. Right? If you're taking the IELTS exam, I understand that you have to use the words and you don't have to repeat the words. That is understandable. But if you want to speak casually, you just need to use simple language, but you need to speak with impact. And that's what we do at Accent Talk. That I do not just teach students how to speak, I teach them how to speak with impact. I teach them how to find your voice. And that's more important. And I always say your vibe, your energy speaks before you speak. So you need to build your personality in a manner that people who are giving you your time, they are interested in listening to you. Otherwise, it takes only 3 seconds to lose the interest.
This is really, really true. So you have been in the industry for over 15 years, and as a trainer, what would you suggest to the trainers, or maybe trainers like me who are very newbie in the industry and they are trying to find their feet and hold their ground, and they are learning obviously simultaneously, because I feel that being a trainer is not something that you train people. You have to evolve yourself as a person, as an individual, and keep evolving, keep teaching. So, what are the three methods you apply as a trainer on your students, and you would like to help trainers like me? That Gayatri, you can approach this problem like this. So,
Thank you so much. It's an interesting question. Gayatri, I keep things real. I do not like to fake things. I do not like to give them fake means keep fake promises. I'm the person who keeps things real, and I focus on real life communications more than theory. right? So I'm not the one who will just teach you grammar rules and a lot of words. I do this. I'm not saying I don't do this, but I keep it, I told you, I work more on real life communication. So this course is a perfect blend of theoretical and practical sessions. So whatever we learn on theoretical days, we apply on practical days. And every student is different, Gayatri, right? So being a trainer, you're asking that how to, like, I don't know, how to improve your teaching methods. So you need to understand what the person needs. For example, when you go to the doctor, they first diagnose your illness, your ailment, your disease, and then only they prescribe you or maybe write the tests. So every student is different, and you need to understand that what this person needs. There are people, they're really good at English, I'm telling you. I have trained principals, I have trained people who are MA in English, I have trained the professors, but they still come to me. And why do they come to me? Because they do not need to learn grammar, they do not need to learn more words, they need to gain confidence and courage to speak publicly. And I always say this, people are afraid of dying. I mean, they literally want to be in coffin rather than speaking in public. That's glossophobia. And 70% of people are suffering from glossophobia. So by just, I first counsel them, okay? And in just 30 seconds, I get to know what they need. Either they need to work on their fluency, or they need to gain confidence to speak publicly, or they need motivation and discipline, or they need to work in their theory. So every student is different, and I take care of this thing when I teach.
That's really great. So you have built a brand which is Accent Talk and which is there on Instagram. I know that because I have been following you for a good time. So
Thank you.
what separates you from the market, if I ask you? Because I have worked with so many brands so far, whether they are national and international. I have worked with many Indian brands, and I have also worked with two prominent international brands like Planet Spark and
Congratulations.
like, yeah, like, thank you so much. So Prime Kids Academy, so they are really good brands. So what separates you as a language institute from the market, and how do you stand out from the crowd?
Thank you so much for asking this. Thank you so much for trusting me, and thank you so much for following me. First of all, I have got such great followers, such great fans. I wake up to the messages like this and I feel so blessed. I mean, I'm like, it's not just the hard work, it's truly magical, to wake up to those messages, to wake up to those people. So I'm, first of all, I'm so grateful to the people like you, and to whoever is listening, and whoever has taken out time to listen to us. Thank you guys so much. Because of your support, your trust, your love, we are able to do what we are doing today. So keep supporting, keep loving. And yeah, to answer the question, what sets us apart? So, Gayatri, I never say that, or I never claim that we have the English Academy or we run the English Academy. This is the academy where people find their voice. This is what I always say. And this is what sets us apart. I mean, I first make people believe in themselves. Let them find their voice and this courage to express themselves in any situation. This is what we do here. So it's more of the internal personality booster, I would say. We enhance their personality from within. We help them find the gold. They are the minds, and they have to find the gold within themselves. And I'm not saying just this is skill. I help them to find whatever they are good at and how to apply that in real life. So I help them establishing businesses. I help them getting jobs too. A lot of people don't know this, but yes, people really come to me for counseling, and I help them getting job. I help them settling abroad. I help them cracking the exams like IELTS and TOEFL. 30% of my students have settled abroad. They are in Canada and New Zealand and US, and they still message me that we could do this because of this course. So when I say that, I do not just focus on one thing, Gayatri, that's a speaking. I focus on other aspects too. And one of the most important things here is your voice. People don't understand the importance of using your voice. This is the instrument which is gifted to us, and you can do wonders with that. Believe me when I say this. People are afraid of taking pauses, and instead they use ums and ahs and likes and they use all those filler words and non-words. I help them getting rid of them by taking pauses, by being silent. And this is so powerful. Then I help them with their tonality, because you cannot speak like a robot. You are a human being and you have emotions. You have six fundamental emotions and you have to use them while speaking. When you're happy, it should be expressed through your voice. When you're sad, yes, it should be expressed through your voice. So I work on their tonality, their intonation, their melody, their volume. There are people, they really have great points to make in the group discussion, in the debate, but they can't do it because of their low volume. So I help them with that too. So when I say I help them finding their voice, I really mean this. And then the body language, of course, your body does more talking than your words. So I help them with their body language too. So it's more of the personality development with this language learning. And this course is a perfect blend of all of these things.
That's really great. Yeah, so I had these many questions, Fiza ma'am, and thank you so much. I know that you are running sort of time, and I wish to have one more detailed conversation whenever you get time and whenever you sit like in a way. But I think that is enough, and I will talk again. And guys, I will say that please check out her accounts. I have a good research on people when I invite them, especially trainers and experts. So I have had good research on her and I have been following her. And recently, I also saw one of your stories where you posted about your locality and a kind of draining system of the society. And yeah, it was bold. I mean, like women get scared of raising their voice. I think this move also I liked a lot. That next
And the
day,
very
I
next
think,
day, we had this Farshad Ji,
yeah,
standing before me. And then I went to her and I was like, "Hi, mom, this is Fiza. I tagged you." And she was like, "Fiza Khan." And I was like, wow.
yeah.
So yeah,
I think
that's a
women
good thing.
definitely
And
should
that's the
learn.
power of social media. People don't understand how powerful this thing is. I mean, of course, the audience who is watching us, they want to do something in their lives, they want to grow, and that's why they're here. I would like to tell you guys that social media is so powerful if you use it rightly.
Yeah, especially you have like somewhere around 1.3, I think, yeah, 3 lakh followers on Instagram. 1 lakh
137K.
37,000, yeah, 1 lakh 37,000. So that is something which you have built over the time and you have learned not
5
only
years.
about,
Took me five
yeah,
years. I started making videos in 2019. So 6 years, spent 6 years.
I mean,
But I
hats off.
wasn't consistent. The moment I started getting consistent with my video, with my content, yes, we grew. So consistency is important in whatever you do,
Yeah,
not just language learning.
definitely. So if you reach out to her, guys, she is not going to teach you only about English. She is going to give you life lessons. She will also help you understand how to use social media in a very, very, very
Sure. And
so thank
yes,
you so
I'm the
much.
person who traveled 10 plus countries and I worked as a keynote public speaker. So this is what I say, that there is nothing I haven't seen when it's about public speaking or overall comm skills or fluency or accent. I also got trained in University of London in terms of voice and accent. So this is kind of overall package and I put all my efforts teaching you guys, and I am the happiest person when you guys grow. I'm the happiest person. Means I feel so happy, so elated when you guys do something good in your life. And this is why I keep going. Be that as it may, have a baby who's 2.5 years old, but everything is so challenging for me, but I never stop. I never stop doing this.
I remember your stories. When whatever you are talking, I remember your stories. Your story, one of your stories, I think few days back when you felt very, I mean, you were not in high energy and you were saying that I want to just jump into my bed right now. I don't want to get up. I'm so tired. I remember your stories when your daughter was bit slightly off in energy and she was not doing well in health. She had fever, something like that. So when I say that I follow people and I research on them, I don't just joke about it. I literally follow them for good time. Then I think of, okay, shall I approach to this person or not? And I found that you are such a kind-hearted soul that, like girls and especially to girls, especially to ladies, that you are a voice of for thousands and lakhs of ladies. Like if they want to learn something from you, if they want to learn how to be bold, how to be courageous, and how to also deal with the criticism on social media. I mean, I have also seen you
Right.
dealing with that. So you can teach a lot to people, Fiza ma'am. I know
This is
that.
the sign you're growing, right? When you face criticism, this is the sign you're doing something good, because you cannot make everybody happy at the same time.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah,
Especially in India, yes. So when I have 60% women followers and 80% students of mine are women. So you are right that really they get empowered because we live in a society where they are constantly under this societal pressure that you cannot raise your voice, you cannot speak with confidence, you cannot voice anything up because these things are considered as taboo in our society. So when they come to me, I really empower them because it's very, very, very important for women to be skilled, to be talented, to have the voice. Otherwise this society will just crash you, will smash you.
that's very, very true. So yeah, this is the lesson for all of you and to me as well, for me as well. So we are going to learn a lot, and I'll tag her. You can reach out to her for any of your queries with whether it's of language, confidence, public speaking, fear of speaking, or anything. So that's all from my side, Fiza ma'am. I
Thank you
am
so much.
so glad and honored to host you here, and I wish to see you again. Thank you so much.
I wish you all the best, Gayatri. Keep doing. You're doing a great job.
Thank you
I
so much.
love seeing women like you doing things, growing, and leaving an impact.
Thank
People
you
look
so
up to you.
Thank you
Keep
so
making
much.
people proud. Thank you.
Sure.
Bye.
Thank you so
Have
much,
a
ma'am.
nice day.
You too.